Cam.
What do you like about playing alongside Jamal Murray?
That he's a good player. And he can create. He can take all the responsibility on himself and make some great baskets or great plays. So that's he's a leader. He's one of our leaders. So we follow him.
Why has this team been so much better on the road than here in Denver?
You like the road? I don't know. I hope we can do the same job either way, on the road or at home. But still a long season ahead of us, and we got a lot of games left. So it's easy to turn around, I guess.
As a player, you came to Denver a number of times, and I'm sure there may have been a little dread knowing that there was altitude and that sort of thing.
Oh, altitude is great. Altitude is great.
How do you reestablish home court advantage here?
Well, we got to spend some time and get used to it. Working out, practicing, maybe putting some extra work to get that conditioning to the next level, and be ready for the games.
Does this feel like an offense that suits you really well?
Well, I would say that's the offense what suits the big guy. We share the ball. Yeah, we do ISO at the times, but mainly we are team-oriented offense. We all touch the ball, we all share the ball, we all set the screens. My job is to get guys open, crash, all these little things. So that suits me, and I fit right in.
Does it remind you of any offenses you played in, or is it kind of new?
Well, it's hard to say because I'm trying to forget what you've been through and you look ahead of you. And I'm just enjoying it right now. I mean, winning is winning. Nothing gonna substitute winning.
What have you learned about that lineup with you and Jokic on the floor together? How's that evolved?
We still spend not a lot of time together, but practices, also we put some work together. Just talking, I guess during the season is more of verbal practices and verbal, communication, how to do one or another thing. So we have time for that.
What do you like about it?
About it?
Yeah.
It's productive. I love it. It's not. I don't.
Anybody else? Cool.
Nicely done.
See.
In and out.
We should bring Cam here.
Take notes.
Thank you. Cam, what goes into the art of being a great screening team?
Just being willing to sacrifice for yourself to get, a teammate an open look, and a lot of times, it's a easy way to get yourself open, and it also helps when you got guys across the floor that are really capable of scoring that they got to pay attention to.
Is there anything you've added to your game over, let's say, like the last 2-3 years as a shooter?
Movement stuff, shots off the dribble. Early on in my career, I didn't take many threes off the dribble. The last 2-3 years, I've taken a lot.
What does that look like? Like what type of preparation does that take to kind of add that?
Tons of reps, tons and tons of reps. Solo reps, live reps, game reps.
How important is, based on the success you've had on the road, to reestablish home court advantage here in Denver?
Oh, super important. It's a long season, ups and downs, but this got to be a place that we, come home and protect. So getting that home win the other day was really good. We got to string a couple of those together.
What have you learned about Jamal Murray and how he's taken his game to the next level?
He can score in a lot of ways, and you got to devote a lot of bodies to stopping him. And he's been unselfish. He's been a creator, and is really scoring at a high rate.
Obviously, two-way guys are always going to be eager when they have this sort of opportunity, but what's kind of stood out about Spencer just in terms of seizing what he's been able to get in the starting lineup of all things right now?
Just really unselfish with his effort across the board, defensively, on the rebounding, and trying to be in the right spot on offense. He might play 20 minutes and not see the ball for a while, and then finally, swing corner, he's ready to shoot it. And that's a tough thing to do in this league, and it's a lot of credit to him for being prepared.
What do you like about playing zone defensively?
Just a change up. You know, teams have things that they want to do. Guys have things that they want to see and get to and play off of with reads. And so a zone is a way to just interrupt that.
What are some of the keys to being successful in that zone? That you
Communication.
Okay.
Communication. You know, a good zone offense will try to manipulate you, tilt you, and you know, kind of skew where your positioning is. And so being able to communicate that, see it when it's coming, and kind of almost match up when need be is important.
Does it get harder the more possessions consecutively you play in
Absolutely.
it during a game?
Absolutely.
Just seeing the team kind of figure out a rhythm to try and counter it?
Yeah, so its best use always in the league has been as a changeup. And if you keep throwing that look, teams are really good. And teams don't practice zone offense too much. But those 3-4 possessions, those are like practice. So they, you know, get a little word from the coaches, come together as a team and start finding ways to exploit it and get good shots. If it's working, you stay with it, but you also know that, you know, you can put it back in your pocket and take it out again a little bit later in the game.
It feels like we're seeing zone defense a lot this year. Do you think teams are getting better at attacking it just because they're seeing more of it, or is it still kind of maintaining its effectiveness as a change-up pitch?
It's back and forth, and it's so team dependent. Everybody kind of uses it in that same way. I don't think it doesn't feel like there's more usage of it, especially because teams don't zone us much. Especially the first unit, they don't zone us much at all. But yeah, you know, it's with a really good guard and really smart guys. It's you can figure it out.
You guys have the best zone breaker in the league.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it in practice in
Yeah.
preseason, and it was just like I was like, oh yeah, we're probably not gonna see much now.
You're good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
Be good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been up and down. I think they've done a pretty good job. Spencer, obviously, his first time really getting major minutes in PY. Sometimes we've had to outscore him, but it's been key stops. We try to use multiple defensive zone, cross matching, how to double post, how to double free throw line to try to help us prepare us once we get to the playoffs. So once CB and AG comes back to go with Spencer and PY, our depth and our length is going to cause a lot of problems. Right now, we're just trying to hold down the fort and win games by any means necessary.
How much of the defense is new for this group?
I would say 80%. I would say last year they were a big trapping team with the low man in. We've done that. We've had Jokic up. We've had Jokic in a drop like Rudy Gobert. I've had him guarding wings. Our 2-3 zone is different than their zone they had before. How we rotate pick and pop fives are different because I don't want Jokic in rotation going to the corner. So different schemes, and it's something that some were better than others, and some that we don't practice that much, so you use some of the games as practice. So you see some of the mistakes that we might be up that we might have to work on, but we're trying to get ready for that April, May, and June run, so a lot of stuff that we have to work out the kinks now, but it's tough because Orlando's different than Houston. Houston's going to be different than Cleveland, so we have a veteran team that knows how to put it together when the time is needed.
And when you're adding that much new, how long would you say, how many games maybe would it take to like start to master some of that?
About January, I would say about 30 games, 30 to 35 games. I think that this team, when you're a championship level IQ like Jokic and Murray and those guys, AG, that have been here, I think it's a little bit different where you're putting different guys at different spots. Spencer was in the G League, and now we're having him guarding Sangoon in that one. We're having that different one. So it's been a process. Not only are we teaching the players, coaches also. It's a whole different one, and we're hoping to have a variety. And once we get whole, to see the capability of what we can do defensively.
Historically speaking, this franchise has been so good here in Denver.
Yes.
Why this year, and I understand you're down 2 starters, why is this team better in terms of wins and losses on the road than they have been at home?
That's a great question. I would say some of the losses is, I think it's the most difficult when I was a player was when you're on a long road trip and then you come back from a back-to-back. We had 2 of those losses. Doesn't mean it's an excuse. Chicago shot the ball out of it. So did, I think it was Sacramento. Sacramento's another time. It's hard to beat a team 4 times in 6 weeks. So that one. But I think the road one, you got to credit Jamal Murray. I think the way he's picked up his aggressiveness, his scoring, I think anyone could tell he's an all-star caliber player. And then I just think that, stars pick up, your role players play better at home. Stars, Jokic is Jokic. And then we've had just key contributions, and I think defensively we've been a little bit better on the road than we have at home.
That said, how important is it to reestablish home court advantage here?
Huge. I mean, shit, listen, from all the players, when you play at Denver, you hate the altitude and had to be able to come here. So we know it's going to be an advantage. Obviously, the record doesn't reflect it now. The law of averages come out when we get to April. We'll see what our record is, but I think it's a testament of how good we've been on the road compared to how poor. It's hard to win road games. We're going to get a better home record.
Jared, why do you think there's been a little bit more zone used around the league in general lately? Is that something that you're
I just think it's so hard to guard these guards. You're asking Luka, Shea, and Anthony Edwards. You can only blitz and trap so long. It's hard to be in the drop and have them get speed to get down. The zone makes you think coaches have one or two plays. You see Houston, they want to throw the ball at the free throw line, but that takes KD's pick and roll out. So a lot of times, there's not a lot of practice time. It's not a lot of zone offense. It's not like you're playing against Jim Boeheim in Syracuse, where they have, you're going over every day. So it kind of stagnates you a little bit and takes the ball out of the Stars' hand.
Well, how do you kind of feel out when to go away from it in game? Because it can be that thing that throws a team out of a rhythm offensively. Do you kind of start to recognize when they're figuring out the right counters for it?
For sure. Portland early in the year, I played zone the whole first half, and it was good. I played zone all first half was against Minnesota. To me, it's the players that dictate it. What kind of mood are they in? Are they being lazy in the zone? I'll get them out. If they're lazy, then I'm looking to trap. Houston, we got stops. They got offensive rebounds. So now I'm dictating okay, listen, Kevin Durant's in a rhythm. How do I throw off the rhythm? Sometimes, just like how it is hard to stop us, it's going to be hard to stop some of these teams. So I'm just trying to do a wrinkle to make them maybe instead of shooting 60%, they're shooting 50% to give our offense sometimes until we get our everyone back here and we can be super aggressive.
How was Peyton today?
Peyton was good. He did everything. It was light. These players don't practice like that. We do just going more of a mental day. He went through everything, and it was good to see him out there.
How would you describe the All-Star campaign that Jamal Murray's putting together?
They say historically that he started slow. I haven't been here. I haven't seen any time I played against him or coached against him. He never started slow against us. But no, I just think it's a testament to the summer work he's done. You can see tell by his body. And I think that, the Drew Holidays of the world, you get a lot of recognition in the league, but everyone wants to be all-star. And I think the big thing for him and for us is if the team is good, you can get 2-3 guys in. I think that where we're at, how we're playing, everyone knows he's taken a whole level up. His leadership, defensively, he's been super aggressive, and I hope he gets it. And I think that if as a team we win, he'll be there.
What have you learned about him defensively? Because he's a guy that,
free-spirited.
Teams will front him on switches, but he's also made some really timely stops and he's been a clutch defender in certain spots.
I think he's one of those vets that I played against that he knows when he picks his spots. He knows the long season. I don't expect him to be a first-team all-defender when his usage rate is with the ball in his hand. He's physical. He likes to, I call him the wild card of sometimes gamble to be able to have that, and I want him to be aggressive. But when it comes down to time to get a stop and knowing the coverage, his IQ, putting people in the right position, he knows how to do it. The question is doing a whole 82-game season, we expect him to be at a high level. And that's where the Spencers, the Aaron Gordons, the P.Y., that's their job to cover for him and Jokic and let them have to be able to do what they have to do.
As a coach, how difficult is the modern practice climate in the NBA? You guys don't practice very much, just that it's light. Does it make it difficult to kind of, implement new things?
Difficult for young teams, easy for a vets team. I could send these guys YouTube links of how we're going to do coverages, and they're texting me back. We'll meet in the morning, film. When I was on the Lakers, we never practiced. It was all mental. For Bron and Rondo, it's very similar. Jokic has seen every coverage. He's done every defensive coverage. It's our job to be able to know of timing and feel of the game, when we should lay off, when we should trap, when should we go zone. That's for us a job. But for these guys, it's easy. And if they're going to be on social media and text, I'll throw them YouTube links all the time. And Jokic and Jamal text them back immediately. So that's how you know. I can look at the views to see who's looking at it or not. So these guys are locked in.
One more. What have you guys been able to learn from some of the film of these Houston games? It's obviously been kind of awkward that you've had to change up your rotation on the fly in both games, losing AD and Peyton, but just as far as them being another team
top.
Old school team that's super physical, that doesn't mind playing a lot of non-shooters in the sense of their spacing because KD and Sangoon are so elite. But with Thompson and Adams and Capella and Koji, half the battle is getting the right person we want to shoot the ball. The other half is rebounding. Steven Adams, he averaged 5 offensive. He didn't get an offensive rebound. That was good. But if you look at the when you have Thompson getting 5 offensive rebounds, and so for us, the physicality, you see Jonas and Jokic getting in foul trouble. Some of those are box outs, hitting them. Because if those guys are going to crash all the time, you have to be physical and hit them. So for that one, it's a different mindset going into that game. You know the physicality and definitely the bump is going to be at a high level.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.